Yeah, and you don't stop. FN 2187 Stormtrooper with a mop. What's up, guys? This is the Gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. And guys, the internet is ablaze. It's a roaring fire, a roaring flame. Baby, come close to me. Wrap me around you. Okay, anyway. So anyway, the internet is ablaze with the news that John Boyega has decided to start telling the truth about his experience and his opinions with Disney Star Wars and his character Finn, FN 2187. And it seems that he's not too happy about what's going on, and I have to give a shout out to the mighty Itchy Bacca. All right, we're talking about Itchy Bacca, guys, because he released on his blog, Disney Star Wars is Dumb, the details about Mr. Boyega's interview with GQ, and he got very frank about how he feels about how his character was handled in the so-called sequel trilogy. And I'm going to read a little bit of this, all right? I know everybody's been tackling this, but, you know, I feel like I have a right to do this because this is something I was talking about from way back. And as a matter of fact, I released one of my videos. I just tweeted it out, you know, from like a year ago, a little over a year ago, where I was talking about my observations of Finn and all that stuff. And, you know, he's echoing a lot of that. That's the reason why I re-released it, because a lot of us, you know, we saw this a long time ago, John Boyega. You just decided to dive in now because you made your money and you're done with Star Wars. But, you know, the thing about us is that we're lifelong Star Wars fans, so we're never done. All right, you can do this now because you feel safe and all that stuff, but we've been in these trenches for a long time. So welcome to the party, pal. All right, so getting to this article that Itchy wrote, all right, it says here in part, John Boyega now, he says, "Might, I'm the only cast member who had their own unique experience of the franchise." I know, my accent sucks, but I'm going to do it anyway because it makes it fun for me to read. "Based on their race," he says, "holding my gaze. Let's just have it like that. Or no, let's just leave it like that. It makes you angry with a process like that. It makes you much more militant. It changes you because you realize I've got given this opportunity, but I'm in an industry that wasn't even ready for me. Why wouldn't it be ready for you, John Boyega? This is only the 21st century. Motion picture has been going on now for the better part of what, like 100 years or something like that, but they're not ready for you. The world has never seen anything like you. Fame! John's gonna live forever!" All right, so anyway, nobody else in the cast had people saying that they were going to boycott this movie because they were in it. Nobody had the uproar and death threats sent to their Instagram DMs and social media saying, "Block this and black that, and you shouldn't be a stormtrooper." Like, John, what are you talking about, dog? Like in the very first Star Wars movie, right? A New Hope. I remember when Luke goes to save Leia and he takes off his helmet or whatever, and Leia says to him, "Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?" You didn't see a bunch of short people in the world going crazy. You know what I mean? You didn't see a bunch of Oompa Loompas talking about, "That's not fair. We're the only ones in the cast who have to suffer a line like that." Nope. It was played for humor. Now, see, that's what's missing. You know, a little bit more of a sense of humor in these things. For example, in The Force Awakens, what if Finn had presented himself to Poe, right? And he goes and takes off his helmet, and Poe sees that it's Finn. And we say, and Poe says to Finn, "Aren't you a little black for a stormtrooper?" Right? Everybody would have had a chuckle and it would have been all over. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, all right? But I remember when I saw that particular scene in the trailer, I didn't understand the uproar. I just figured he might have been undercover, or, you know, let's just see where the story takes us. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people just jump the gun because we're thinking that stormtroopers are supposed to be the clones and he shouldn't look like that. And I'm sure there was some good old-fashioned bigots in there too, but you know, that's the real world. John, you have to get used to it. John, it's just how it is, John. All right, so it says here, nobody else had that experience, but yet people are surprised that I'm this way. That's my frustration. He has made peace with a lot of this now. Following that intense 2017 period, he attended therapy to deal with some of the horrible personality traits such as anger, but he lets his point settle as our mocktails meld to minted slush on the low table between us. Wow, that's some creative writing. All right, go ahead, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Delectable. As readers of this blog know, the Black Stormtrooper controversy was purely imaginary. Itchy says, settled science confirmed this, but he has some criticism for Dizznee as well. Ooh, this is where it gets juicy, guys. It says here, in the continued afterglow of that first franchise, franchise defibrillating, Itchy. No, this isn't Itchy talking here. I guess this is the article. He's still doing that creative writing thing. Franchise defibrillating Star Wars film. He continued to notice a style. You guys, you gotta, forgive me. I only have a third grade education. Not. You think I do. But stylist he'd hired when he first started doing press. Cringing at certain clothes I wanted to go for. The hairdresser had no experience of working with hair like his. What are we talking about? Is this like 1812? They hired a stylist who didn't know how to take care of black hair? Like, how does that even happen in the 21st century? John Boyega, man, you don't be exaggerating, bro. It's like, I want to be on your side, man, but you can't. Don't be manipulating me. Okay, so the hairdresser had no experience working with hair like his. You people, I don't, does this hurt? Oh my God. All right, but still had the guts to pretend, and he decided he could no longer grin and bear it like a grateful competition winner. During the press of The Force Awakens, I went along with it, mate, he notes, and obviously, at the time, I was genuinely happy, even gay to be a part of it, but me dad, always tells me one thing: don't overpay with respect, boy. You can pay respect, but sometimes you'll be overpaying and selling yourself short, and you can find yourself in a Weinstein of a situation. Oh, Weinstein of a situation. It's so difficult to maneuver, mate, he says, exhaling deeply. Maybe you should have went for Darth Vader. Visibly calibrating the level of professional diplomacy to display. Mate, you get yourself involved in projects and you're not necessarily going to like everything, but what I would say to Dizznee is not to bring out a black character, market them to be much more important in the franchise than they are, and then have them pushed to the side like that mop you were pushing. Finn, umbrella. It's not good, I'll say straight up. He's talking about himself here. You think? About the character of Finn, the former stormtrooper who wielded a lightsaber in the first film before being somewhat nudged to periphery. But he's also talking about other people of color in the cast. Naomi Ackie, there's a fine piece right there, and Kelly Marie Tran, very cute also, and even Oscar Isaac. Yeah, he's kind of hot too. A brother from Guatemala who he feels suffered the same treatment. He is acknowledging that some people will say he's crazy or making it up, but the reordered character hierarchy of The Last Jedi was particularly hard to take. Like, you guys knew what to do with Daisy Ridley, mate. You knew what to do with Adam Driver, he says. You knew what to do with these people. But when it came to Kelly Marie Tran, when it came to John Boyega, fuck all. So what do you want me to say? Well, I don't know what accent I'm doing now. What they want you to say is, I enjoyed being a part of it. It was a great experience. Nah. Hey, goodbye. I'll take that deal when it's a great experience. Mate, they gave all the nuance to Adam Driver, all the nuance to Daisy Ridley. Let's be honest, Daisy knows this, Adam knows this, everybody knows. I'm not exposing anything. Oh, you're damn right you're not exposing anything, because we've been saying this for years, John. You know what would have been nice? What would have been nice is if you guys had told the truth from the very beginning. It's not like that's unheard of. It's been done before. Just because you signed the dotted line. I mean, look at Mark Hamill. You know, Mark Hamill, he managed to slide little tidbits there. He managed to throw us a bone here and there, mate. Yes, he did. But you guys, especially John Boyega, Mr. We don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, bro, if J.J. Abrams knows about the Fandom Menace, I know that you know. You're a young man. You're on the internet. You're on Twitter all the time. All right? You know about us. As a matter of fact, I remember a couple of years ago, our good friend Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, he actually extended an invitation to you to come onto the channel, not to be attacked, and to talk about what your experience was. I mean, come on, John Boyega. There comes a time when every man must stand up against the iron feet of oppression, and he's got to throw his body upon the levers and stop the machine. John Boyega, I'm just saying, that would have been nice. I'd like to hear Rian Johnson explain the reordered character hierarchy of The Last Jedi. I'd also like to read the legacy media they call critics of The Last Jedi racist. You go, Itchy, that's what I'm talking about. Examine just how exactly, and keep in mind, by the way, all right, those are the fans that they acknowledged. They didn't acknowledge fans like me, which is the reason why I got in front of the camera in the first place, all right, because you can call white men racist and bigots and misogynists and all that stuff, but you never even acknowledged the black viewers, you know, in the audience, and the women viewers, and all of us together. We stood together, but no, you tried to divide and conquer, and it didn't work. And here it is, history proving us right. Okay? Okay, Itchy goes on to say, yes, I'd also like to read the legacy media they call critics of The Last Jedi racist, examine just exactly what all of this means, and maybe J.J. Abrams can talk about this the next time he promotes Black Lives Matter. All right, there it goes. You know, and I couldn't have said it better myself, guys. And, you know, and that's who I really lay this at the blame. I lay this at the feet of J.J. Abrams because, like I said, he's the blowhard who walks around doing the super virtue signaling. You know what I mean? You've seen virtue signaling before, but this guy stands on a mountaintop like he's freaking Moses, you know what I mean? And acts like he's parting the sea for all the marginalized minorities of the world. Come through, children, let my people go. And then when he made the trash, that is episode 9, The Rise of Silly Putty, he's like, yeah, if you like it, I understand it. If you don't like it, I understand that too. At least Rian Johnson took the heat that was coming to him. J.J. Abrams wants to, you know, this dude just wants to play the field. He just wants to, you know, totally be away from all accountability whatsoever after these people make their money and trash it out. But like I said, Star Wars fans will always be Star Wars fans. We'll always know what's right and what's not right. And for everybody out there who has criticized the Fandom Menace, and not just the Fandom Menace, but also people who just knew that it wasn't right from the beginning, you know, you're just going to see more of this. More of this as time goes on, as people speak. I hope that John Boyega, I hope that he's able to enable and empower other people. You know, I'm talking about the younger members of the cast to come out and talk about what their experiences were, because it's not hard to tell. This set of movies was uninspired. It was trash. It was a cash grab, and it needs to be forgotten as soon as possible, but not before these people have a chance to tell their truth. But anyway, guys, that's how I feel about it. Of course, you guys, it's your turn. You can get in the comment section. You can sound off. Let me know how you feel about John Boyega. You know, he's coming out. You know, John's coming out. He wants the world to know Disney Star Wars blows. He's coming. And let me know how you feel about it. All right, like, share, subscribe, and of course you can catch me on Twitter. I will leave the link in the description box below. So give me a follow, man. Check me out, and I will catch you on the next one. This is the gospel according to Mark with a C. Rock on.